Yeah,
And I'll give you a
exactly.
quick example. Like the first time I made $1 million in a year, my car was worth $500 that I was
Hmm.
driving. I still drive today that $500 car. Just last week, before I came out here to California, my homeowner association called me and they said, "Hey, Jaspreet, we have a number of complaints about a junk car sitting in your driveway." And this is a true story. They said it's been sitting there because I was in California for a long time. They said it's been sitting there, and people say that you should take these junk cars and put them in storage. And I was like, well, for your information, it's not a junk car. That is my car that I take to and from work every single day. It doesn't have a bumper on it, but it works. And they were like, well, you have to put it higher or further in the driveway so people don't see it. And I was just like, oh my God, you don't get it. Like, and it's not that I can't go out and buy another car. The way I look at it is, well, if I want to go out and buy a $150,000 car, which I can go out and take this cash and buy a car, or I can take this $150,000 and put it back either into real estate or into stocks or into my business, because that's something that I've been investing heavily in now. I started a company called Market Briefs, which is a financial newsletter company, and we're trying to grow aggressively because I want to make financial news more accessible. Because this is something like I look at the things that were very hard for me to understand. Like CNBC used to be something I used to
Yeah,
like
yeah,
watching,
right.
but
Yeah.
it was just so complex. None of the things made sense. There's just so many things happening. And so now you might watch and say, I want to be better with my money. And so now you start watching the financial news because
Yeah.
where do you go next? And then all of a sudden you get hit with all these complex terms and things that
And
don't
then you
make any
switch it
sense.
off.
And you turn it off. And so I created Market Briefs as a way to make financial news more accessible and easy to understand. And 2022 was the real first year that we became Market Briefs, an actual company. So I'm like, well, I can take this cash and go out and buy a car, or I can hire more employees. We can buy better software. We can buy better infrastructure. My employees have a better car than I do,
Yeah.
but I'm focused on, that long term. I want to build this into something bigger. I want to make it something better. Now I'm going to buy a nice car one day. I'm going to buy a better car. I'm not saying that I won't, but it's that level of, how much are you willing to sacrifice today for something bigger tomorrow? I am not driven by materialistic things. I don't really care about name brand stuff. It doesn't really bother me. I mean, I think it's cool if you like it, but it's just not for me.